Happy Friday the 13th, everybody, and instead of doing the whole cliche reviewing a scary movie like Insidious Chapter 2, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna buck the trend and review The Family. You know why? Why not? Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and today on the most unluckiest day of the year, I have the misfortune to review The Family. Why did I not watch and review Insidious Chapter 2, you might ask? Well, because I wanted to buck the trend, and also I wanted to watch it today on Friday the 13th to enhance the horror experience. But in hindsight, probably should have just watched Insidious Chapter 2. So the plot of The Family follows this mob family that gets relocated to Normandy in their day-to-day lives. And that's it. Now I can forgo the plethora of plot holes, inconsistencies, and straight up the incompetence of most of the characters and just ask myself, did I enjoy watching this movie? No. It's generic, it's cliche, it's dull, it's unoriginal, and the list can go on. The few things that I actually took away from this movie that I kind of enjoyed was Robert De Niro and Tommy Lee Jones, although it felt like they were really phoning it in. I mean, they didn't even put any effort into their performances, but I liked them for the most part. Their characters are interesting, and that's all I can say about them. They're interesting. And also, not saying that they have the strongest bond in this movie whatsoever, but they did have the most interesting bond in this entire movie. Although that's not really saying much given the fact that Tommy Lee Jones is barely in this movie and appears from time to time out of nowhere. And I swear, every time I saw Tommy Lee Jones in this movie, he looked like an owl to me. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was because of the bags under his eyes, but he just looked like an owl. I was just waiting for him to be like, hoot hoot, hoot hoot. That probably would have made the movie right there for me. If he just like sprouted wings and started to fly and was hooting all over the place, I would watch that movie, honestly. Another fun element to the movie that was just wasted potential because they never really took the time to focus on these two characters was the brother and sister. They were one of the most interesting characters in this movie. I mean, the sister is straight up a badass, and the brother is this intellectual, like, information gathering kind of person. I mean, the way that he analyzes how he takes down a foe is just fantastic work. I wish the film was more focused on these two, but again, it was wasted potential, especially on the daughter's part, and we'll get to that in the cons, which is gonna start right now. I could sum up all the problems of this film in one word. Fuck. Most, if not all, the characters are bland. The story is weak and jumbled as shit with so many subplots. There are so many goddamn subplots in this fucking movie. I mean, at one point, Robert De Niro's character is dealing with a water issue, and then Michelle Pfeiffer's character, who goes in and out of accents all throughout this entire movie, goes to this church. That's her subplot. There's this subplot with the daughter who falls in love. I mean, the daughter was a badass. Like, she beat up this one guy in front of these three other guys. It was awesome. And then she beat up this girl. I was like, this girl is the girl I'm rooting for. And then all of a sudden, she like looks to the corner and sees this really attractive French guy, and she's like, I'm in love. I'm gonna just be like that throughout the entire movie. That's not even a joke. After that scene, she never did one badass thing until the end. She was just head over heels for this guy, and then all of a sudden her story became a love story that is so one-sided and underdeveloped that I didn't give two shits about how their relationship starts or how their relationship ended. Just like the sister, the son was pretty interesting. I mean, the guy knew how to take down his enemies without really being the strongest man in the room. All he had to be was the smartest man in the room, and that's how he defeated his foes. Although they only gave him like 3 major scenes that really focused on his character, and then that's it. I would have loved to see more scenes with him in the movie, especially just seeing how he works and how he analyzes a situation. At the end of the movie, I thought that's what he was gonna do when they were facing the major conflict of the film, but no, he just goes in there guns ablaze. What happened to that intelligent and thorough character? I don't know. I like Michelle Pfeiffer, I really do. But in this movie, she didn't have much to work with and she really didn't stand out. And her accents would go in and out in some scenes. Like in one scene, she has a really thick Brooklyn / kind of Boston accent, but in another scene it just sounds like she's talking normally. Another problem that really bothered me is the incompetency of these FBI agents. They literally felt like cartoon characters, and that's all I'm gonna say about them. What they really should have done in this movie was focus on the early life of Robert De Niro's character Giovanni. I mean, that was interesting. When he was writing his memoirs and they did the little flashbacks, those were interesting. It actually showed me what kind of a badass Giovanni really was. I wanted to see that movie, not this boring movie about the family and their random occurrences all across town. I didn't give a shit about that. I cared more about Giovanni's adventures when he was younger than this bullshit family. And lastly, the ending. It was terrible. So anticlimactic, so tensionless that honestly I didn't give a shit who lived or who died. Robert De Niro's family could have been slain on the streets, bleeding their guts out, and I wouldn't have shed a tear. I wouldn't have cared. And the movie basically ends with Robert De Niro saying, oh, well, just another day, but you know what? Shit, I gotta do my memoirs again. Maybe a sequel? No. So overall, this movie is just straight up terrible. It's not worth your time or your money. There are way better films out right now that you can go watch and have fun with. Hell, I recommend going to see Getaway. At least the action scenes will keep you mildly entertained instead of watching this boring ass family going through their day-to-day lives that you don't give a shit about. So overall, I'm gonna give this film a 1 out of 5 stars. It is an unnecessary waste of time. Just don't watch it. Even if you're a Robert De Niro or Tommy Lee Jones fan, just skip it. Go watch Lincoln or go watch Silver Linings Playbook. Much better performances by these two phenomenal actors. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film? Did you like it a lot or did you not give a shit about this movie? And let me know, what is your favorite old guy team-up movie? Comment below, let me know. Also, you guys have 6 more days left until the end of the fan art contest. If you want more information, if you're new, just click this link right here. It will send you to the video going into more detail about the fan art contest. You have until September 18th, that's next Wednesday, at 11:59 p.m. If you turn it in at midnight, I will not accept it. So be sure to finish up the details. If you're almost done, just try to get it done. Send it to my email, tonycarbon213@gmail.com. Link will be in the description. Also in the description is my Facebook page. Go check it out if you have not yet. And until then, guys, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. And I'm Tony Walter II from the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.